Alright YouTube, so what I wanted to do was just make a quick video and show you all the upgrades I did to my grow room, okay? So first, I'll show you what I did. I replaced the entire floor. I tore all the old flooring out down to the joists and I put in new flooring. Painted it with the mold and mildew resistant sealer. So, took care of that. Okay, then the very next day, what I did was I had my old 40 amp fuse box ripped out, and what I did was I got this 100 amp circuit breaker and had it installed. That's very nice. So then what I also did after that, okay, then I ran 5 new outlets. There's one, there's number 2. Alright. Here's number 3. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 are 15 amp. Then number 4 is a 20 amp. And number 5 is a 20 amp. Okay? So then what I did after that, I put this board, I treated it with the same sealer. I put it underneath and then I shimmed my table to where it would flood and drain perfectly. See up here I've got a little bit of sheeting that I cut. Then I got some different wood that's a different thickness right here. Then I got a couple yardsticks, and then it sits perfectly down there. I cut it to where, you know, it wouldn't be a problem. See, so it's nice and cut. And then over here I had to cut it again because there's this little deal right here. So it drops down just a little bit right here, this little extra drop down. So I had to cut it right there. So now it sits perfect. So now I've got absolute perfect drainage. Then I went and I bought this. This is my dehumidifier. When it gets full, you just pull this little tank out, carry it to the bathroom all cool, dump it out. Bam! And then when you're ready, you just bring it back. I like to put that handle down. Bam! Slide it back in, and that will help me control my humidity during flowering. Then what I did was I should have put in another outlet over here, okay, for these lights, because I have my ballasts in the hallway. Instead, what I did was I just made an extension cord with the same wiring and just ran it up. I know it's not code or anything, it's not perfect, but the point is keeping both of my lights on the same circuit so that I won't have any issues. Okay, so then the only ones that are on the house is that one right there, which is the CO2, which is hooked up on the other side right there, and then that white cord coming out of that little one, which runs to the humidifier. Okay, then I've got my nutrient stock down here, gallons, and the big 2.5 gallons in the back. I got all my pH stuff and my little sprayer. So basically everything is on its own circuit now, so that the rest of the house is not affected by the grow room. That way, you know, I could vacuum, run the dryer, have the internet going, play the stereo, have the microwave on, cook with the oven, shit, do it all, and not affect the grow room at all. So that's kind of cool. Then I've been getting a couple new stickers. That one, I got that one at the Denver Zoo. They just handed it out. So since I was at the Denver Zoo, I don't live anywhere, well, I guess I live kind of by it, a few hundred miles away or whatever, but anyway, I figured I'd pick that up. So I don't know, I've been doing a couple of upgrades. This is upside down, but it's a sticker that came with this belt that I got that's badass. Then I reinstalled this, and in the one in the front room I put a different little on-off valve on so that I've got plenty of water. There's my little handmade chart. I ordered new feeding charts. I also bought this oscillating fan and put it up. It's really nice. So yeah, those are the few of the upgrades that I did. The next thing I plan to do is install a light rail so that these two lights will move back and forth. And after that, I won't really need any more upgrades. I'll have everything that I need. But the cool thing is now, I don't have extension cords running outside to the power pole. I'm not using this outlet. I'm not using that outlet. This one that's right here. Oh, why am I zooming in? But I'm not having to use any of those anymore. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put in another another outlet right there and just wire it into the new breaker box. That way I can get rid of this ugly, out of code shit. But for now it works. I just gave the plants a foliar feeding. I planted them pretty much 2 days ahead of, behind schedule because I had to rebuild my grow room. But shit, everything looks good now. Nothing's at risk of burning down. Nothing's at risk of shorting out. Nothing's at risk of blowing a breaker. Everything will operate properly. So long as I have power to the house, I have nothing to worry about. So these are all Matanuska except for that one and that one and that one are Blue Dream. That one as well as Blue Dream. Those two, that one and that one, are Blue Dream. Then that's Headband. That one's Headband. That one's Headband. That one's the little tiny one right there. White Rhino. White Rhino. White Rhino. And I believe either a White Rhino or a Headband. I can't remember. This one's recovering. I let my buddy trim it up. I was teaching him how to prune, and he just pruned the fuck out of it. But it's all good. It'll survive. But that big one right there, that one was that big. They were all crammed into my little tiny tray. That was where I put them after they graduate from the clone machine. And that one was that big already. Frickin' monster. But yeah, that's where things are at. Here's how my room looks. Right now the humidity is rising because I just filled up the humidifier like 5 minutes ago. It was out for about an hour, so it dropped down to like 45%. But it's gone up 3% since I've been in here. So, alright, I just wanted to show you guys the upgrades that I did. That way I won't have leaf curl anymore. I won't talk about price because it's not about the money I spent. It's about having a better product in the end. So, with that in mind, keep your growing going. Maintain your grow rooms. And have a good view.